on the flip side of things, taking care of business is so important against a team who, to be blunt, they have nothing to play for. They're winless on the year. They could play a little bit of a spoiler today against a really good Saints team, so it's important not to overlook. It's important to come out strong and fast.
Sure. You've got the Marion game last week where you had an emotional high. You lost, and now you've got one coming up in Concordia. This is kind of one of those.
It away. And we're underway from Laughlin Stadium. Good kick here. It's going to be fielded. Nope, it's going to take one hop and then fielded. Wow.
Whoa.
It was fielded at about the half-yard line by one of the Lynx return men, and then it looked like he went back into the end zone and took a knee, but they're going to say it's a touchback, and they'll bring it out to the 25-yard line.
Yeah, I think they kind of rounded up because he put his knee literally right on the goal line. So I know there's some changes in the kickoff rules this year,
yes.
So maybe there's that. But, basically 5 years ago, that would have been probably either a safety or a ball on their 1-inch line.
So the Lynx will start things off on offense at their own 25-yard line. Brian Chester, the quarterback, 6'1", 180. Right-hand throw. It's going to be caught and then brought all the way back to the other side of formation. And he caught it at about the 30, and then he's going to be tackled back at the 19. He went backwards. It was about a 5-yard gain if he would have fallen at the 30. Instead, he went back about 11 yards, so it's going to be a loss of 6 back to their own 19. Brings up second and forever.
Chris, have
you ever seen that before?
That's a new one. I've seen people go behind the line of scrimmage or try to go backward, but he had 5 yards, and all he did was fall forward, and he probably got close to a first down, and he just went backwards against the grain, and it's 2nd and 16.
Chester with 2 receivers left. He's going to fake it to his back. He's going to throw that way. He's got a man. It's going to be intercepted. Trey Claiborne at midfield. Coming the other way. 45, 40, stumbling, still on his feet to the 35, 30, still in bounds. 25, tackled at the 20-yard line. And a disaster start here for the Lynx puts the Saints in prime territory.
Yeah, Chester, the quarterback for Lindenwood, just overthrew that ball, and actually Claiborne was in perfect condition. He caught it almost in full stride and had a good legion of blockers to follow. And Saints got off to the good start we were hoping for, 1st and 10 down in the Lynx 20-yard line.
Chester had his man open. Claiborne was almost behind him. He really had him open, and it was just a poorly thrown ball. So that means the Saints starting in the red zone. Necht hands it off to Jared Jordan, hurtling at the 15. He's going to be taken down at the 13. The ball squirted out, but not before he made contact with the ground. Be a gain of about 7. Bring up 2nd and 3.
Yeah, big hole that time on the right side. Gazaway and Wildermuth, I think, were blowing some holes early. So we'll see how this running game does early for the Saints.
Doing his best Darius Davis impression is Jared Jordan. Neck takes to give up the middle. That's Jamon Benson, the redshirt freshman back, 5'10", 180 out of Warren.
Benson, the ball carrier.
Looks like he'll get to about the 11-yard line. It'll be a yard short, looking at 3rd and 1 here for the Saints.
Yeah, we will not see Darius Davis today, our leading rusher. He's got almost 900 yards on the season. He got banged up pretty good last week against Marion, is not even dressed in pads today.
So 3rd and 1 here for the Saints. Necht in the shotgun. He's got Benson. He's going to give it to Benson. He's going to lose a yard back to the 12. Bring up 4th down and 2. And it looks like they're going to keep the offense out there. Nope, here comes the field goal unit and Brady Tangay.
Yeah, that time Benson, I think, pounded it out, or maybe he should have cut it in and tried to get that 1st down. And good play there by the defender from Lindenwood.
36, Brady Tangway to attempt an extra field goal for the Saints.
See if we can get this blocked this time. We've had some issues recently.
Kicks up. No good. They're going to say he missed it right.
Wide right. It's on the field goal attempt.
So Saints can't cash in off that Trey Claiborne pick. Lynx hold tight. They'll take over.
Don't forget to buy your 50-50 tickets. The SHU crew
At the, it looks like they're going to, they had it.
The winner will be announced at
Some
the end
confusion about where they're going to spot the ball. They're going to spot it at the 19. That's where it was originally spotted.
Yeah, we missed a golden opportunity there. Chris had a chance to jump on this team 0-9 early and just couldn't convert. Tangway looks like he just didn't kick it well. He kind of didn't go off smooth and kind of drifted right.
So the Saints defense back out on the field. Chester's in the shotgun. He's got two receivers right. Takes, gives. I think they're going to get, as a flag flies, they're going to peg the Lynx with an offside or a false start call, one of their receivers. Nope, they're going to say it's an illegal formation. Not enough men on the line of scrimmage, so all remains the same. Lynx will, that's their first penalty of the game. They'll spot it back at the 15-yard line.
Yeah, not a real big team. You can see on the offensive line, not a lot of tall, rangy guys that were like Marion's front line last week. So
they are nothing like Marion's front line, that's for sure. 6'5", 6'3", 6'3", 6'1", and 6'4" across the line. But they certainly don't have the weight. It's a little pass out to the flat, out across the 20. Tackled at the 23-yard line. So looking at about a 2nd and 7 here for the Lynx.
You can see Lindenwood do a lot of throwing here. Not a real strong running team, and so far a lot of short passes except for the one that was picked off.
11 minutes to go here in the first. We're scoreless. Chester with 3 receivers left takes. Looking, it's a little screen. It's going to be blown up by Nick Stallworth. What a play by the sophomore linebacker. Reading it and blowing it up for a loss of 1 to the 22.
Yeah, very, very well-read play there by Stallworth. Jaquay Owens at a 5'8", 190, pretty much got run over by Stallworth. Great play by the sophomore linebacker.
Played his college ball, or his high school ball, rather, at Clarkston, a good powerhouse program in the state of Michigan. Play clock's at 5 for Chester. They get the snap off, looking, throwing. It's going to be caught and then tackled immediately. I have a feeling you're going to see a lot of that today from Griffin Sobel. Tackled at the 25. Going to be 5 yards short of the first down. The Lynx are going to have to punt it away.
Yeah, that's Siena front line. Is not going to give up any kind of plays, and Lindenwood's trying to do little short passes, and Siena's allowing to catch them, but after that, there's not a whole lot of room afterward.
So back at about the 40-yard line is Austin Kreider.
Formation, 85 Austin Kreider, deep for the Saints.
Low snap, fielded, and then punted away. It's going to be a wobbler. It's going to take a big Lynx bounce inside the 30 to the 23-yard line. A good punt there for this Lindenwood team, and that's really exactly what the doctor ordered for them. Flip that field.
Yeah, I don't know if that was a rugby style. It was kind of a between a rugby and a regular one, but the left footer that time got off a kind of a low-line drive and got a great bounce, got about at least 15 extra yards on the bounce. So
the way the punter, Justin Johnson, fielded it, he let it almost come to his midsection instead of accepting the snap, with his hands, like catching it like a pass, and it maybe just threw off the timing just a bit. Otherwise, Saints offense back out on the field. They'll send Damon Wright in motion. Neck takes, gives. Up the middle to look like that was Jared Jordan picking up 2 to the 26-yard line, bring up second down.
Well, definitely looks like the Saints coaching staff's trying to establish that running game early in the line of scrimmage. And again, without Darius Davis today, most of the load is going to be on Mr. Jared Jordan, who coming into the game, second leading rusher, averages almost about 60, 70 yards a game rushing. So real solid backup, and should have a big day for the Saints.
Neck takes, looking right, pumping, then throwing. It's going to be caught. That's Deontay Rush near the first down marker. Let's see where they spot it. They're going to say it's a first down, so good pass there from Neck to Rush. And that was a sight we saw quite a bit last week, 5-4.
Yeah, they've got a great veteran receiving core here today, and I would be surprised if they didn't use them quite a bit, because it looks like to be some mismatches today in that secondary.
Doug, your favorite players out there, Will Walker, as they send Damon Wright in motion left to right. Neck takes. They're going to give it to Jordan, trying to find a hole in the middle. He'll squirt forward for a few.
Fumble.
They're going to say the ball's on the ground. Lindenwood says they've got it. Do they? Yeah, they do.
Here's the ball is loose, and the Lynx have recovered.
So Jared maybe having a hard time hanging on to the ball today as the Saints offense turns it over.
Yeah, Jordan that time went up the middle, and I think he got bent back a little bit, got hit, and the ball came free. And the turnover, we didn't need it this time, Chris. Again, the longer you let a team that's 0-9 around, you give them a little more confidence, and it becomes a little bit tougher game. We definitely were hoping for a fast start so we could really build a quick lead and get some experience for some of our younger players, but right now we're in a dogfight.
And just like last week, the defense was put into a couple precarious spots, having to defend a short field, with the Lynx having the ball here at the 36-yard line. Chester with two receivers left, two right. He's looking left, and he's going to get hit! Ball's out! Picked up by Malik Edwards, going the other way. 45, 40, he's got a blocker. 35, still on his feet. 20, taken down. They're going to say the ball came out again. Saints still with it. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints.
Is that like a relay?
Oh, my goodness.
Quarterback Brian Chester is sacked in the backfield.
The defensive line fumble relay.
Jared Whited picks up the fumble from Malik Edwards and takes it in for 6. Wow.
Yeah, it looked like Edwards might have been down, but apparently he wasn't. But
well, and Jared Whited was the one who sacked Chester and popped the ball free. Edwards picked it up and took it the far side of the field down. He fumbled it at about the 15 or so yard line, and then Jared was there to pick it up and finish it.
Yeah, well, Edwards said, hey, I'm out of gas. Put it on the ground, go get it. Mr. Whited, big play him at the sack, and then he gets the touchdown.
Well,
how many times does that happen?
How do you like that defending the short side of the field? That's pretty good. Brady's going to attempt the extra point. That looks good to me from here, and it is. 8:06 to go. Saints take a 7-0 lead on a play you don't see very often.
Definitely a unique game so far. A couple unusual plays to start this one, Chris.
Any way you get 6, you take it. We'll take a break. You're listening to Siena Heights Saints football on 103.9 WLEN and on WLEN.com. All right, welcome back. 8:06 to go in the first quarter. Saints strike first, 7-0 off what looked to have initially was going to be a Malik Edwards touchdown on the fumble return, but then ended up being a Jared Whited touchdown return on the second fumble of the play that was caused by Jared Whited.
Yeah, definitely one of those plays that you definitely scratch your head about, but our defense, if our offense is struggling, let our defense pick up the first touchdown. And again, I'm sure that defensive line is loving it. They'll be loving watching that game film this week.
Caleb Meiser on to kick it away for the Saints.
Actually, I think that's Brock Quinlan.
It is Brock Quinlan, excuse me, yes.
Got to take care of my Central Catholic boy out there.
You're right. Brock, I apologize. Thankfully, I've got Doug here to keep me in check.
Who keeps me in check?
I don't know. It's a good question. Good kick here by Brock. It's going to be fielded on a hop at the 2-yard line. Saints in pursuit. Taken out of bounds short of the 25-yard line. They'll spot it at the 23. So good return there from Lindenwood-Belleville. About a 20-yard return or so.
Stepped out of bounds.
That's where the Saints defense back out on the field.
So, Chris, we might have a week where we finally get some decent weather all the way through a game. We won't have any
I wasn't gonna say it.
First and 10.
I'm going to say it.
But you did it.
24.
And I like it.
Got the sun out,
Yeah,
a
it's
little bit of
beautiful.
a breeze, beautiful fall day.
It's and from our vantage point, from if you're if you've been to O'Loughlin Stadium to see a game, the home side, you look out and it's just all all trees on the far side, and they're all different colors. It's beautiful. Chester giving it up the middle.
Number 20, Jaquay Owens on the carry.
Pickup of about 3 on the run. Griffin Sobel on the tackle for the Saints brings up second at about 7.
Pickup of 3 brings up second and 7.
Yeah, we'll see if Lindenwood stays through the air. They haven't had much success running the football so far.
Chester gives it. Tackled after a gain of about 2 to Jaquay Owens. We'll spot it right at the 30, so gain of about 2 brings up 3rd and 4.
Yeah, Jaquay Owens, another real small back, similar to Salary last week, but Salary's a little bit more of a burst, the Marion star running back.
Chester takes, looking, throwing left, got a man. It's going to be caught out across the 35. They're going to say it's incomplete. They're going to say he bobbled it. Would have been enough for a first down, but now the Lynx are going to have to punt it away.
Yeah, Flores, the receiver, had it right on the sideline, but couldn't really bring it in. He had to kind of adjust it, and by the time he did that, his foot was out of bounds.
So Saints hold tough again on defense.
Formation 85, Austin Kreider deep for the Saints.
Austin Kreider back standing at his 35-yard line to field this one for the Saints.
I smell a punt block here at some point in this game, Chris.
Kicks away. Kreider's going to call for a fair catch, and he's going to be interfered with. Here comes the flag.
Fair catch was called for by 85.
Tack on a couple extra more to that.
Yeah, Denzel Leach was literally in his face. Couldn't even get his arms out to catch the ball because they were nose to nose. And that's a penalty. That's catch interference. I think, is that a 5-yarder?
I was actually thinking it was 10, but
Kick catch interference. Number 1 of the kicking team. 15-yard penalty.
15.
so it's a 15-yarder.
Okay.
So we were
not close.
Well,
penalty against
if we add them up.
Will take the ball to the 50. It'll be 1st and 10 Saints.
So 1st and 10 now from the midfield stripe. And this just smells like a spot where you could drive one down the field here.
Well, we need to get the offense going here. We've had a couple sluggish series here, and obviously the last one ended with a fumble. We need to get this offense going.
You've got one-on-one coverage here with a couple guys. As Damon Wright goes in motion, neck takes. They're going to give it. That's Benson powering forward for 10 to the 40. That's a first down for the Saints. Huge run there. Running in between the guards. Ryan Carlson, Stanley Fink, and Abe Wildermuth just moving that line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Benson, redshirt freshman from Walled Lake Western, should get some significant time today here along with Jordan.
6 minutes to go in the first. Saints up 7-0 as Neck takes. The give is to Benson again, patiently trying to find a hole. He'll squeeze forward for about 3 out to the 37, bring up 2nd and 7 from there.
Jamin Benson, the ball carrier.
Yeah, we're staying on the ground here, trying to establish that offensive line, I think, and just trying to wear down Lindenwood's defense a bit.
Javon Burks, along with number 52, Brock Baines on the stop. 2nd and 7, Saints.
Taking their time in this drive.
Play clock's at 12. Neck fakes the give. He's going to throw it. He's got his man. That's caught. That's Damon Wright.
Number 5, Tyler Next.
Inside the 30 to the 26. That's good for a Saints first down.
A nice ball there by Neck. Just a crossing pattern there with Wright.
First down.
Wright caught it and fell right on his back right for a key first down for Siena Heights.
So Neck with 3 receivers right. That's the far side of the field. Ball spotted at the near hash. It's a give to Benson. He'll get 2 inside the 25 to the 24.
97, Isaiah Mathis on the stop.
Now the Saints want to go to the line quick.
Up 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, we're picking up the pace here.
Neck takes, looking, throwing, gets a little bubble screen out to Adam Glanders.
Tyler Neck's pass is complete to number 9, Adam Glanders.
That's a pickup. I thought they were going to give him 8, but it looks like it's about 7.5.
Led the tacklers.
We'll spot him about a yard short of the first. Saints need 1 yard to the 16. Ball spot at the 17. It's 3rd down.
Yeah, be surprised if they didn't go right up the middle here with Mr. Benson to get this key first down.
They go heavy up front. Damon Wright goes in motion. The take, the give, it's to Benson. He's going to be stopped short. In fact, he's going to lose a yard. Lose 2 out to the 24.
Yeah, this is 2nd, 3rd and short. We haven't been able to convert down here, Chris. And both plays were kind of just inside running plays that try to bounce out. And Lindenwood did a good job of containing that time.
And number 98, James Malone.
And looks like this time instead of a field goal, we're going to go for it.
Brings up 4th down and 3.
So 4th down and 3 here for the Saints offense. They need the 16. One-on-one coverage here on the outside with Deontay Rush. Take, fakes, rolling Neck, looking for his man. He's got it. It's going to be caught by Pianki Abdul Hakim.
That's a new name, but he's got a lot of potential. Redshirt sophomore, 6'6", 225-pounder from Detroit Loyola. They really like him as an athlete, and they're trying to develop him as kind of a tight end hybrid type option. And that time there, he was open along the sideline to get that first down.
So big pickup here for the Saints. As Neck sends Rush in motion, the take, the give to Jared Jordan. Just lowers those shoulders and pushes the pile inside the 10 to the 7-yard line.
Yeah, Jordan really brings that power to the running game. I think he's a little angry too after fumbling on that last series, and now he's back in there. I don't think I'd want to be tackling him the rest of this game.
I would try to stay away from it if I could. Neck sends Wright in motion. Neck takes. The give to Jordan. He's snowed under.
3, Jared Jordan.
He'll lose 2 yards back to the 9. That brings up 3rd down.
46, Chris Moore, along with 38, Sterling Williams on the stop.
Yeah, Lindenwood's doing a really good job of clogging our front line there. We're really trying to get some push up front, up between center and the guards there, and they're doing a good job of blocking that. So we're going to have maybe make an adjustment and do some more around the end or off tackle type runs.
Ball spotted at the far hash. Neck has 3 receivers to the left. Neck takes, looking that way. He's going to roll, throwing, caught. DeJuan Smith, short of the 5-yard line. Looks like they'll give him the 7. So he's going to be well short of the first down, and here comes the field goal unit in Brady Tangay.
Yeah, that time Neck rolled basically against the grain there. Found Smith, but just didn't have enough room to get that first down. So we're going to try another field goal with Mr. Tangway, who's been very reliable this season. Missed the last one, but hopefully get back on the board.
Brady Tangway on to attempt a 24-yard field goal for the Saints.
So Brady on to try this one from about 24 out. Kicks up. Man, it's just not coming off his foot very well. I think he pushed that one right.
Same kind of kick. Right. Almost like he tapped it or got under it too much.
Yeah, it's just coming off his foot a little. I guess you'd call that like a lame duck ball. I mean, it's just not getting that rotation. It's almost
something like a wedge,
fluttering like sideways. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. It's like fluttering sideways.
Yeah, he's definitely not striking the football like I know he can. I mean, he's got 45-yard range easily, and that was a 24-yarder, and that barely made it. Barely made it to the net. So maybe some timing or some.
And this year he's got one from 51.
Yeah, I mean he's
got a big leg.
He's an all-conference kicker.
Yeah.
And today he just missed it in a couple.
Here come the Saints here. Whited there first.
Number 4, Jalen Bogan's Love.
That's going to be tackled for no gain as Jared got in there real quick and
Logan Smith teamed up for the stop.
Got all over Jalen Bogan's Love. 5'11", 215 running back out of California. There's just nowhere to go. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Well, Whitted's getting his opportunity here. Isaiah Newsom's been out for the last couple weeks, and that depth of the defensive line is definitely showing. He's having a big day, the redshirt senior from Vicksburg.
Chester takes, gives up the middle with a hole. Out to the 25-yard line. That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5. The Lynx need the 30.
Logan Smith on the stop.
Logan Smith and Nick Stallworth combined for the tackle for the Saints.
3rd and 5, and that's the end of the first quarter.
And that'll do it for the first quarter.
We direct your attention
and maybe not quite the start we had anticipated from this Saints team today, but nonetheless, they're up 7-0. We'll take a break. You're listening to Siena Heights Saints football on 103.9 WLEN and on WLEN.com. All right, welcome back. Saints lead at 7-0, start of the second quarter. Lynx facing a 3rd and 5. Chester sends a man in motion, takes. Flag comes out. Incomplete. Flag came out, and I don't know if they...
Might be a couple different...
Yeah, there's one on the near side of the field. It was thrown like into the Saints sideline. And then there's one on the far sideline. Now they're going to say it's offsides against the Saints. So that'll move the ball to the 30. That'll give the Lynx a first down.
I didn't see anybody jump.
I didn't either.
Maybe somebody was lined up offside, but those are the kind of mistakes that can really hurt you because that one basically gave Lindenwood another set of downs.
So 1st and 10 here for Lindenwood. Chester with 2 receivers right, 2 left. Takes. Looking, throwing. It's going to be caught. Tackled by Daquan Butler at the 41, or rather the 36-yard line.
23, Daquan Butler.
Gain of 6, be first down, or second down and 4.
Just a simple out pattern there to Mitch Peters, the receiver. And Coach Cohn said Lindenwood definitely simplified some things on both sides of the football after the first few weeks, and they're doing a decent job of moving right now.
Up the middle, that's close to a first down.
Number 4,
It will be enough for a first down from Jalen Bogan's Love. Out to the 41. Ainer McGaughy on the tackle for the Saints.
Gain is good to the 41, and it's good for a Lindenwood-Belleville.
So first down here for the Lynx.
Yeah, I'd definitely say we look a little flat here, Chris, this week to start things off. That Marion game definitely took a lot out of us last week, but we need to get some things going here and put this team away like we're supposed to.
Chester takes, gives.
There we go.
Tackled immediately.
Jalen Bogan's Love, the ball carrier.
First there was Devontae Collins-Anderson. Then Malik Edwards came in to clean it up. That's a loss of 2 out to the 39, brings up 2nd and 12.
Nice job by Collins-Anderson there, knifing in and slowing down that running play. That's what that front 7 does so well, stop the run.
Chester went halfway across the field to get the call from his coaching staff along the sideline. He's back. 2 receivers right, 2 left. Takes, pumps, throwing. It's going to be caught. He'll pick up
Brian Chester's pass complete to number 10.
a couple yards back to the original line of scrimmage at the 39, bring up 3rd and 10. E.J. Shaw on the tackle there for the Saints.
Yeah, Shaw, the redshirt senior, all over that play that time. And, again, the Siena defense looks like it's come to play, and I don't really see Lindenwood being able to do a whole lot with the football. But right now it's can our offense generate some points and put this game away.
Chester with trip receivers left. They send 1 man in motion into the slot as Chester takes. Looking, wants to go down the field. He's got a man, but just overthrew him. Actually, a pretty good ball there into double coverage. But Daquan Butler was there, as was Jeremiah Davis. Ball falls incomplete. Link's going to have to punt it away.
Yeah, Peters, receiver, had a step or 2 on our defenders, and ball was good, just a little bit overthrown, and I think the Saints defense dodged a bullet there because didn't want to give up a big play, and now the Lynx are forced to punt again.
So Austin Kreider standing at his own 23-yard line. Just a wobbly kick. It's going to take another Lynx bounce.
Getting some great bounces.
Yeah, they sure are. This one falls inside the 20 to the 21, and that's where the Saints offense will take over. So 12 to go here in the second quarter. Saints up 7-0. We'll take a break. You're listening to Siena Heights Saints football on 103.9 WLEN and WLEN.com. Nice pass there from Neck to Dewan Smith out to the 29-yard line. Then a nice little run here from Jared Jordan. Moves the sticks once again outside the 40 to the 41-yard line. And that gives the Saints a first down near midfield. Damon Wright goes in motion. Neck gives to Jared Jordan. He's going to lose yards. He'll lose 3. Back to the 38-yard line.
Yeah, Lindenwood's defensive line really getting some penetration in there on our right side, and that time Jordan I should say, got absolutely no room. So Siena said we had a little movement there on offense, but still struggling to consistently run the football.
Saints up 7-0 as Neck takes, looking, throwing. It's going to be caught. DeJuan Smith at the 45-yard line. Nice pickup there.
Their next pass is complete.
So now the Saints looking at a 3rd and 6. They need the 49.
16, Javon Burks on the stop.
As I said in the pregame, I expected Siena to throw the football a little bit more today, but they really haven't. They've stuck to the run and the short passing game, and at some point maybe let Mr. Necht open it up a bit.
2 receivers, right, 1 left. Neck takes, looking, got time, throwing. It's going to be caught. That's Deontay Rush breaking a tackle to the 35, the 30, cutting back inside the 25, down at the 23-yard line. That's good for a big Saint first down.
Yeah, good to see Mr. Rush get open there, and Neck delivered a perfect pass and broke it free for another 15 yards before he got tackled at about the 24-yard line.
So big first down here for the Saints. Saints going left to right on your dial. They send 2 receivers left, 1 right. Right comes in motion from left to right. Neck takes, fakes it to Jordan, wants to go up top, looking for Adam Glanders. Well defended there by Daquan Stewart.
Intended for 9, Adam Glanders.
Yeah, that time Neck threw it over the middle to Glanders, and Stewart, the cornerback, great coverage and batted that pass away right at the goal line.
Maybe just a little too much loft on that ball there.
A little more zip might have had it, but a little higher I think would have had it too, because that ball was just low enough for the defensive back could get at it.
I like the shot there, though, that Neck took as he takes again, looking, throwing. It's going to be picked off, coming the other way. 30, 25, finally taken out of bounds. Oh, boy. So they're going to spot this one.
Number 25.
Try to find out where they're going to spot it. They're going to spot it at about the 32-yard line. That's eerily similar of the kind of pass that Neck threw in overtime against St. Francis just a few weeks ago.
And Necht, I think, that time just didn't deliver it quick enough. That he was open for a minute, but just didn't have enough zip on that ball and gave the defensive back, Trayshawn Bell, a chance to step in and make that interception.
Almost as soon as he threw that ball, it looked dangerous. Now the Saints defense back out on the field. And there's a Saint jumping too quick. Garrett Vanover, the freshman interior defensive lineman from Ohio, 6'2", 285.
Especially when you're playing right over the football, you know, you can see everything in front of you. So those are the kind of unforced errors we shouldn't be making today.
Chester's in the shotgun. High snap, takes, fields, and gives it away to his back outside the 45.
Number 20, Jaquay Owens.
To the 48-yard line. Jaquay Owens once again toting the rock for this Lynx offense. Able to pick up a couple yards there on that first down conversion as there's an injured Saint. That's Logan Smith.
Game's good out to the 49. It's good for Lynx first down.
Well, Chris, this is your classic, at least to start here, kind of a letdown week for the Saints. You know, they came out after this tough loss to Marion last week, hoping to get off quickly against Lindenwood, and the reverse has happened. A couple turnovers, look kind of lethargic. Our kicking game isn't firing. We're allowing this Lindenwood team to stick around, and the longer we do, the more dangerous this team gets, because they're 0-9, like you said. They really have nothing to lose by playing this game today, and you know, they're going to be playing loose, and the coaching staff for sure is going to be aggressive and trying to make something happen here against our Saints defense. So we're in a little dangerous territory. We better wake up and play some football, or we're going to be really in a dogfight here in the second half if we allow this team to stick around.
Logan Smith able to walk off under his own power. Looked just like a cramp. I expect to see him back out there as he's walking it off on the sideline. Meanwhile, Chester with trip receivers right. Takes, gives, that's Owens again. We'll get inside Saint territory to the 47-yard line. Pickup of about 4, bring up 2nd and 6.
Yeah, Lindenwood's doing a good job of mixing up their play calling here today. They're getting some push. They're not getting huge chunks of yards by any means, but doing a decent job of play calling and just chipping away at this really tough to move on Saint defense.
8:20 to go. Saints up 7-0 in the first half. Chester takes, looking left, throwing. A lot of hand fighting there. Incomplete. Jeremiah Davis in coverage.
Intended for number 13, Stephen Candelaria.
Yeah, good coverage there. Ball's underthrown a little wobbly, and Davis thankfully didn't get called there. He didn't have his head turned around, playing the ball, and sometimes those officials will call that if you're not making an attempt to play the football. But pretty good coverage there, and leaves Lindenwood with another 3rd down.
They need 6 out to the Saint 41. Chester takes, looking, throwing right. It's going to be nearly intercepted. Boy, I thought Trevon Claiborne was going to come up with that one.
If it was actually thrown to the receiver, it would have been.
Yeah, it was a pass to Jordan Flores, but it was outside his catch zone, and it looked like Trevon had a beat on it, but pass falls incomplete. Lynx are going to have to boot it away.
Yeah, real dangerous pass there, and actually, this said more accurate pass. We might have had a touchdown going the other way.
So Austin Kreider back once again, standing at his own 14-yard line.
Whoa.
This one's going to be kicked out of bounds. Let's see where they spot it.
Andrews' kick goes out of
They're going to spot it right at the 30-yard line. That's where the Saints offense will take over.
Yeah, that time you're supposed to kick it north-south. He was kicking a little east-west.
Yeah.
Didn't get much on that and kicked it pretty much right out of bounds. Only about a net, maybe 15 yards or so. Well, let's see if our offense can get going here, Chris. Really struggled so far, a couple turnovers, and just don't look as sharp as they've had this season. So at some point, maybe we can get some things moving here.
Neck with 2 receivers right, 1 left, takes, fakes to Jordan, rolling, avoiding 1 man, then making a throw. It's going to be caught. Deontay Rush out to midfield. And here comes a flag. Boy, I don't know if that was a face mask.
Looks like a face mask when you got multiple officials throwing it at once.
Yeah, I mean,
they all saw something.
Tackled right at the 49-yard line. And I imagine they're going to tack on a couple more. So I had another 15 onto that one on the face mask call. That's a big play for the Saints offense.
Yeah, we've been in Lindenwood territory most of this game, and our offense just has not been able to finish a drive off here, and hopefully this is the one that gets us going, because we really need a nice offensive touchdown.
Gives to Jordan. There's just nowhere to roll. He'll pick up 1 out to the 35. I'll tell you, Rush has had the hot hand today. I would almost try one to him. He's got the wide side of the field, and he's in single coverage.
Yeah, Lindenwood definitely is making a concerted effort to stop our running game and really clogging those running lanes. And to me, that just opens it up to you got to throw the football and kind of open up the run then once you establish that throwing. We got the receiving core to be able to do it.
Neck takes, he's going to throw. Looking. That one's a low ball to Damon Wright. And he had him. Just wasn't enough zip on it.
Yeah, that's one thing he needs to work on, I think, in the offseason is stepping into his throws a bit. He kind of threw that off his back foot, and he doesn't have the strongest arm anyway. But, that's just a ball that should have been delivered. And, like I said, that's something he'll be able to improve on in the offseason.
So now 3rd and about 9. Neck with 2 receivers right, 1 left. He's got Jared Jordan out there as well. Getting pressured, avoiding, rolling, looking, throwing. Got a man, that's Glanders. And once again, just not enough on it. But Glanders was coming back and making himself available. And that's a tough throw to make on the roll.
It is. Glanders was open there, but again, arm strength and
that's like a good 25, 30-yard pass on the roll.
Yeah, and that's where his area of improvement is going to be in the offseason, getting that arm strength up a little bit, getting a little stronger. He's definitely got the accuracy, and he's got a great touch on the football, but just that strength to be able to make some of those throws you need to make just aren't there yet.
So 6:52 to go here in the first half. Saints up 7-0. Lindenwood will take a timeout. We'll take one in the booth as well. You're listening to Siena Heights Saints football on 103.9 WLEN and WLEN.com. All right, welcome back. 6:52 to go here in the first half. Saints up 7-0. Looking at 4th and 9, and they're going to go for it from the Lynx 35.
Yeah, it looks like they're only going to rush 3 people, and they're dropping their linebackers into coverage here, so we'll see what we can find in passing.
Neck takes, looking, throwing, great pass to Adam Glanders. Heck of a play called just to find the sticks, little curl, and he threw a strike.
That time Neck stepped into that throw, and it had a little more zip on it, and it was delivered on time. And when that happens, our receiving core will pull it in. So good throw right there, and hopefully get him back into a rhythm.
You hear that a lot, stepping into the throw. I mean, you really add a lot of velocity just by throwing that weight forward.
Yeah, as a baseball player, I know you got to use your legs to throw.
Neck takes the give to Jordan, bouncing it outside, trying to find some space. He found enough for maybe one.
Yeah.
They're going to say back to the line of scrimmage, no gain, bring up 2nd and 10.
George's more of a power, straight-ahead guy. He's got a little bit of wiggle to him, but not nearly as much as Davis, who is a little bit more of a patient runner. And Lindenwood, to their credit, their defense is doing a great job of slowing down our running game today. And, again, they're going to make us throw to beat them.
Neck 2 receivers right. They send right in motion, right to left. Takes, looking left, then throwing. It's a screen out to Jordan with some blockers.
Oh.
Out to the 15.
One block away right there, Chris.
Yeah, I mean, it almost like he just slows down that run just a bit and let those blockers get out in front of him. He may have had it.
Yep, that was exactly right. He didn't wait for his blockers to kind of set things up and try to push it. And the one defender that was there was able to slow him down and just prevent him from getting the first down.
So brings up 3rd and an important 1 yard here for the Saints offense. They go heavy up front. Jared Jordan in the backfield. They're going to give it to him. Running right with enough for a first down to the 10, to the 9. That's enough for a first down to be 1st and goal from there for the Saints.
Yeah, that time Jordan had a little more patience, waited for his blocking to develop on that right side, and powered his way over for a key first down, and we'll see now if we can convert 1st and goal at the 9.
Damon Wright on the far side of the field. He's in one-on-one coverage. Neck takes. Fake it to Benson. He's going to roll out. DeJuan Smith stretching. Did he get in? He did. Touchdown, Saints.
Nice job by Smith there, fighting off a tackler and powering his way, diving in on the cone there. Basically ran over the cone to get into the end zone.
Boy, that hybrid like halfback tight end spot has become so important to this team. With Will Walker and DeJuan Smith, that is a huge position for this offense.
Just a matchup problem. You usually have to have a linebacker covering that, and if you don't have linebackers that can run, it poses big-time problems for defenses.
So Brady on here for the extra point. Low snap. Good hold there from Aaron Wagner. The kick is up, and it is good.
And the extra point is good.
Get Brady a little confidence back on that extra point attempt.
Yeah, he hit that one good. That one hopefully gets him back on track. But, yeah. So we're on the board on the offense now, so hopefully that gets us going that we need.
4:33 to go here in the first half. Saints up 14-0. We'll take a break. You're listening to Siena Heights Saints football on 103.9 WLEN.
Brock Quinlan tees it up for the Saints.
All right, welcome back. 4:33 to go.
Henry, along with number 20,
here in the first half, Saints up 14-0. Off the 9-yard touchdown pass from Neck to DeJuan Smith. And now Brock Quinlan will boot it away. It's going to be a short kick fielded at about the 14-yard line. Coming right with some room and then hit out of bounds. I imagine that's going to get... Well, they're going to say hit him right. Look like a little late hit on Henry from... It looked like it was E.J. Shaw, but they're going to say he hit him in bounds and then knocked him out.
Yeah, he gave him a little... Try to grab onto him, so maybe just kind of an incidental contact, they called it.
So ball will be spotted at the 34-yard line for Lindenwood. Two receivers right, two left. Chester takes, fakes the give. He's going to roll right, throwing. Missed his man. Good coverage there from Daquan Butler.
Chester's pass intended for number 10, Mitch Peters, is incomplete.
Mitch Peters, the intended receiver. Pass falls incomplete, brings up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, with 4:21 before halftime here, it'd be nice to get the ball back and get another score on the board and make this a little more comfortable. This game a little too close for my comfort.
Saints with all three of their timeouts as Chester wings one outside. Here comes a flag.
Chester's pass is complete to 7, Ricardo Henry.
Nice job by Griffin Sobel. They're kind of holding up the runner to allow some help to come in.
38-yard line. We do have a penalty marker down, however. 39, Drew McGaughey on the stop.
Legal block, maybe.
It could also be a hold in that area, but it was just a little pass out to the flat.
A little chop block.
So it's going to be a little chop block here on the Lynx outside that 5-yard cushion. So they'll replay the down. And they'll move the ball all the way back inside the 25 to the 23-yard line.
I'm seeing that call a lot more in college football these days. I think they're really making an emphasis to avoid those blocks below the waist, especially when somebody's engaged up top with another.
It could be a dangerous
blocker.
play.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
2nd down and 21 from the 23-yard line.
So it'll be 2nd down from the 23-yard line. They need 21 for a first down. Chester takes. Very similar play. Saints snuff it out.
Brian Chester's
tackled at the 29-yard line. And now the Saints will take a timeout with 3:42 to go. They're up 14-0. And that's their first. So like you just mentioned a couple minutes ago, they want the ball back before the half.
They do, and plus they get the ball to start the second half. So if they can get a score here and get the ball back and score to start the second, they can put some distance between this this Lindenwood team who's 0-9, but, you know, give them some credit. They showed up and have come to play today. They've given us some trouble.
Well, you've heard the saying, at any given Sunday. In this case, it's at any given Saturday, because you just never know. I mean, any team could have that game plan or that performance by their players where, look, you could throw the records out. At some point, you got to go out and play the game. And just because a team is winless, I mean, you know, I think it's obvious to say that the Saints have better athletes and better players at a lot of positions, but that doesn't mean that, you know, these guys can't. They're still college football players. They're still going to come out and compete and try to beat you.
Sure, you know, and they're playing for playing time for next year, playing for pride. You know, they're trying to do something to, you know, make something of this season. When you're 0-9, you're looking for any positives at this point.
So 3 receivers right, 1 left here for Chester and company. Nothing doing there as the Saints bring that 4-man rush beautifully. Jared Whiten and Nico, or rather that's Malik Edwards in on the tackle. So once again, the Saints will take a timeout, stop the clock at 3:37. It'll be 4th down, and the Lynx are going to have to punt it away. Austin Kreider is going to be standing on his own side of midfield at about the 45-yard line. And they're going to be in business here.
You know, Chris, you know, I'm sure the coaches wouldn't say this out loud, but we're playing for some style points here at this point in the season, too. You know, coming up next week's game against Concordia, a team that's ranked in the top 15. The winner of that game potentially could be in the playoffs. The way the NAI playoff system works is the top 16 ranked teams, other than the conference champions, are the ones that get the large berths. And right now, we got some room to go. We got some mileage to go. We're 23rd, and we got to move our way up. And a close game against this kind of a team would not help our ranking overall. So I can see why we're trying to get some style points here. The more points we can put on the board and show that, you know, we've dominated a team that we should dominate. Every spot in the rankings is going to be important here. We need to get into that top 16 to even have a chance to get in the NAI playoffs this year.
So Austin Kreider is going to be back to field this one. He's got the sun really right in his face. He's going to field this one with some room. Trying to cut it outside, then cuts it back in. Whoa, my goodness. Boy, that was a high tackle around his neck.
That's what you call hog-tied?
Yeah, that's a clothesline right there.
Yeah. Didn't get his face mask apparently, but it sure looked that way. Wow, he got swung down like.
And good to see him getting up okay, because that can also be a dangerous play.
Yeah.
So good to see him up and okay.
Nice job by Kreider that time, catching that low line drive punt that this Avery Andrews, the punter's been doing all day on the line. He prevented that bounce and actually got some positive yardage. So Saints are set up in pretty good field position here with 3:27 left before halftime.
And something else that'll go a long way. I mean, even if you put up another couple of touchdowns, if you can preserve a shutout, that would be a really nice little note here as Neck throws. Good throw here. Oh, no. Just a little outside to Adam Glanders. He had him open. And that one just sailed a little left on him, and it falls incomplete.
Yeah, missed it that time. But, you know, Neck at least is stepping into his throws a little bit more. Just the accuracy that time was the issue. But, yeah, you know, this is a team, Lindenwood only averages 8 points a game. And, you know, our defense shouldn't really be giving up a whole lot against this kind of a program.
Neck takes a low snap. Throwing, man, just looked like that one was tipped at the line.
Next pass was deflected at the line of scrimmage by 97.
Isaiah Mathis.
Yeah, Isaiah Mathis, yeah.
Defensive tackle got a hand on it and puts us in another 3rd and long. I guess the question is here, if we don't get it on 3rd down, do we go on 4th down at this point in the game and this place on the field? It'll be interesting. Hopefully we won't have to answer that question.
Neck in the pistol, ball's on the ground, picks it up, throws to the screen. That's Jared Jordan to the 35-30. That's good for Saints 1st down. Inside the 30 to the 29. It's not how they drew it up, but you take it.
That is the prettiest pass he's thrown all day, not because of the way it looked, but because it got a key 1st down. Great thinking on your feet by Mr. Neck, because that could have been a disaster here this late in the half.
And that was a perfect time for a screen to be called, too.
Hey, perfect. It wasn't drawn up that way, but
time and place for everything.
Good execution.
2 receivers right. They send right in motion. Neck takes. Looking right, stepping in, throwing, got a man. That's Deontay Rush inside the 5. No, they're going to say incomplete. Boy, I thought he hauled that one down.
He had it for a moment, but I think the process of going to the ground just couldn't hang on to it. But good delivery there by Neck, and Rush was open, just couldn't convert. I like that route, too, that crossing route.
Beautiful. About 15 yards in, just cut it inside to the inside of the field. As this one's blown dead, Lindenwood will get a timeout here. So there is still a lot to play for this Saints team. Obviously, things got away from them in a couple of big games from this year. But you talk about the playoffs. You talk about where they're located in the standings at 23, and you look at some of the other teams that maybe are ahead of them. How much of that is considered later on when you look at the resume of a team like Siena, with some head coaches around the country going, look, this team is for real. I mean, when you have a Marion talking about your program so glowingly, it has to hold some weight.
Well, unfortunately, though, those selection processes are subjective,
Yeah.
And we do have a ranking coach in our conference. I believe it's St. Francis's coach, and obviously he can speak to how well we played.
Sure.
But really, it's a kind of a jockeying position. Everybody around the country wants to make sure their conference gets represented, and it's going to be tough. But, we just got to play some good football from here on out and let the results, I guess, speak for themselves.
Neck takes, looking, throwing, got a man. That's cut! Touchdown Saints, Adam Glanders. What a ball from Neck.
Now that's what Neck does really well. Kind of throw those teardrops right over the middle. They just kind of float there, and they look like, are they going to get there? And then that time it looked like, is it going to be overthrown? Just perfectly delivered, and Glanders just kind of pulled it right in for the score. Beautiful play.
36, Brady Tangway on to attempt the extra point.
I'm feeling a little better now, Chris.
Boy, that's a big score before the half.
We got some breathing room here. That's what we were looking to do.
Brady on to attempt this extra point. Good snap this time. Kicks up, looks good, and it is. So 2:27 to go. Saints take a 21-0 lead over the Lynx of Lindenwood-Belleville. We'll step aside. You're listening to Siena Heights Saints football on 103.9 WLEN and all right, welcome back. 2:27 to go in the first half. Saints up 21-0. And we can breathe a little bit.
Nice to be able to breathe. And I know Coach Cohn down there is breathing a little bit easier, too, because, this is a game, and I'm sure he'll talk about it at the end, that coming into it, you knew there was going to be some sort of letdown. You just hoped that, it wouldn't have been to the point where, you're really struggling to get in the game. But I think we've got all our cylinders back firing.
Brock boots this one. Fielded at the 10, then it's muffed. Picked up, coming the other way. Not going to get to the 20. Jaquay Owens, they're going to say he will get to the 20-yard line. There's some pushing and shoving there.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I think we've got one timeout left. If we try to maybe get the ball back again. We had the ball, I think we only took less than a minute to score that touchdown, and now with Lindenwood backed up in their own territory, if we try to do the same try to get the ball back.
Well,
Yet again.
if they decide to run the football, it'll be a little tougher, but
For the Lynx.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Lindenwood decides to do here this far deep in their own territory. But they got 4 receivers, so it looks like they potentially could be throwing the football.
Chester with 3 of them out left. They're going to give it.
Wow.
Met immediately in the backfield by Malik Edwards. The give was to Jalen Bogan's Love.
Yeah, Edwards that time just literally absorbed him into his midsection, threw him down. Great job there by the senior. Edwards known more as a pass rusher, but that time played the run excellently.
So we'll snap this one next, I would imagine, with 1:35 on the clock.
Yeah, they're definitely trying to get out of here down 21. They're not going to put the ball in the air, I guess, and risk stopping the clock.
Chester gives. That's his back.
Jalen
Bogan's Love once again.
39.
So he'll pick up a couple out to the 26. E.J. Shaw on the tackle for the Saints. Briggs up 3rd down. Now here you could see something. They're going to snap this one.
It'd be about 50
seconds.
Yeah,
just under a minute to go before I would imagine the Saints would take another timeout, their last of the half. It doesn't look like they're in a hurry, obviously.
No.
They sent 3 receivers left.
Oops.
Now we're going to get a flag. Somebody jumped. You got Lynx pointing to Saints, Saints pointing to Lynx. I would imagine with the way that I think this one's going to back it up. It's going to be on the offense here. So false start on the offense. Move it back 5 yards. And they'll replay 3rd down here.
3rd and 9.
Yeah, more importantly, it stops the clock.
Right.
At 58 seconds, they're still going to have to run the play, but it kind of stops it. And now Siena can use that timeout if they can get a stop here.
Wow. So play clock's at 10, but the clock hasn't started. It'll start on the snap. It's a give to Jalen Bogan's Love with a little bit of room. Did he get there?
He did.
I think they're going to say he got the 1st down. All right. Now the Saints won't use their timeout. A little misdirection run there. Chester started rolling left and then gave it to Bogan's Love going right. And that's enough for a Lynx 1st down. And now clock ticking at about 30 seconds to go in the half.
Yeah, this will be the last play here, and need to be careful because, they may just take a shot here knowing that Siena's defense may be on their heels. Nope, they're going to run it.
Give up the middle again. Whole host of Saints on the tackle there.
Owens, the ball carrier. 99, Nico Moroso.
Nico Moroso on the tackle here for the Saints.
It looks like that's going to do it.
And that is how the half will end here at Laughlin Stadium. The Saints up 21-0. Of course, the Siena Heights University Football Halftime Show brought to you by D&P Communications. Whether you're an existing client or you're looking for information on services in your area, D&P wants to be sure our communities are getting the very best in TV, voice, and internet services available. Very simple. Give them a call. 800-311-7340. That's 800-311-7340. D&P Communications, superior service. So going forward, maybe that's what we're looking at here.
Yeah, we're definitely in the resume padding mode right now, and we'll see if in the second half we can do that.
Ball fielded at the 20-yard line, coming back the opposite way for the Saints. Forward progress will be stopped at the 39-yard line.
Brown on the return for the Saints.
Tim Brown on the return.
Tackled by 52.
And the Saints will take over from their own 39-yard line.
Yeah, it'd be nice. Get a nice opening drive here to start the second half, put it in the end zone, and really even put some more distance between us. Its offense looked like it picked up a little bit. Tyler Necht starting to throw the football a little bit with a little more consistency, so hopefully that'll continue here.
So it's the usual suspects on offense for the Saints as Jared Jordan gets the handoff. He'll squeak forward for about 3 out to the 43-yard line, bring up 2nd and 7. And I think from my perspective, you have to just come out and dominate both sides of the ball, period.
Yeah, our offensive line has been a strength of our team all season, and we do have some youth there. We got a true freshman playing left tackle last couple games, Joe Hewitt out of Toledo, and so that again, we need to establish that line of scrimmage because next week we're going to need it against Concordia.
Neck takes, he's going to throw. Looking, it's going to be caught. That's Damon Wright going out of bounds. He'll get to the 44-yard line.
At the 44-yard line.
Bring up 3rd and 5.
It'd be interesting. We haven't run a whole lot on the outside today. We've really tried to do things up the middle on those read pass options, and it'd be nice to bounce it outside or do some sort of maybe jet sweep to see if we can get some big yardage.
They send Damon Wright in motion. Neck takes. He's going to throw it. Looking to go over the top.
Oh, he got
a man. That's Deontay Rush. Couldn't come down with it, but he was held and no flag on the play.
Wow.
I mean, his shoulder jerked back on the hold.
Yeah, officials missed that one. He got pulled back. Still almost pulled that ball in. Actually should have caught it. Just couldn't hang on. But a good ball again by Neck, putting it out there for Rush to get it. Just couldn't connect. But, yeah, the officials, I think, definitely missed a holding call on that pass.
Avery Andrews.
So the Saints will have to punt it away. Caleb Meister in to boot it away. High punt, it's short. It's going to take a Saint hop. Go out of bounds at the 23-yard line. That's where the Lynx will take over.
23-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10.
Almost looked like it got held up by the wind just a little bit. Not an overly windy day, but
yeah, it looked like the wind
knocked
it.
Yeah, it just kind of got held up there.
You never know. The gales in November, right?
That's the truth.
Well, this is actually our best day, I would say, weather-wise all year.
It's beautiful.
At least the consistency. Sun's out, a little bit of a breeze, beautiful fall colors, no hail, no lightning.
We've had the whole gamut this year.
No field bubbles.
No field bubbles. Retention pond looks great. We'll pass out to the flat. Saints read it well. Good job there from Jalen Bogans. Love to shed a tackle from Nick Stallworth to pick up a couple extra yards. He'll pick up 4 out to the 28-yard line.
Nick Stallworth and Jeremiah Davis on
brings up 2nd and 6.
Yeah, Lindenwood only 56 yards of offense in the first half, 38 on the ground, and 18 passing. So not a whole lot of big plays for the Lynx.
It's a good performance from that Saints defense in that first half as trying to bounce it outside. Nick Stallworth on the open field. Making the big play to save a couple yards to the first down marker. Bogan's Love was the ball carrier. And it looks like the Lynx are going to go for it.
Let's hear it for that Saints D. Get behind that defense, fans.
Yeah, Bogan's Love at 225 pounds. Great tackle there by Stallworth, bringing him down just short of first down territory.
So a big this is third down here. I thought this was fourth down, but they're going to say it's third down. Third down? Okay, third down. I'm going to play ahead of myself. Bogan's Love.
Nope. Didn't get it.
He's not going to get it here out to the 32-yard line.
Jalen Bogan's Love on the carry. Tripped up by number 10, E.J. Shaw.
That time
Big
I think.
tackle there by E.J. Shaw.
Yeah.
And now they're going to go for it on fourth down.
Wow. Well, when you're 0-9, Chris, you can pretty much roll the dice on anything. You know, what do you got to lose? Just another game. Nope.
Nope. Now they're going to bring the punt unit out. It's going to be a late setup here. Play clock's at 13. Let's see what they can do.
Yeah, we're not sending it our special teams.
No.
We're leaving our defense out there, which I think is a very smart move.
Yeah.
Avery Andrews in punt formation.
A good punt here. Going to be fielded at the 30, coming the other way, and there's a flag on the play.
You can't tackle him before he catches a football.
Right.
Just a tip.
Here comes another flag as some pushing and shoving going on. Another
boy.
flag coming out.
Well,
It looks like Jeremiah Davis involved in some scuffle out there.
Yeah, I think
it looks like it's going to be offsetting, but the initial flag is going to be the interesting one.
Probably the catch interference.
Yep.
Because, again, our guy.
He was bumped.
He was almost tackled before he caught the football and actually was able to break away. But then they got little emotions got away from each other on that field, and I think there'll be some offsetting penalties, but we'll see what the call is.
Great job there by Andrew McGaughey, the freshman safety out of Okemos, 5'11", 190, to go back and field that punt. That is not easy to do when you're not even prepared for it.
Yeah, especially when you have somebody already trying to tackle you before you catch it.
So the referees are still talking about the laundry on the field. So they're going to get two personals on Lindenwood-Belleville. The kick interference is going to be tacked on. That's 15 yards. The ball was spotted. They never actually put the ball down, but it looked like it was spotted at the 37-yard line. No, they're going to say the 35, so it's a 15 yards from there.
Am I understanding it right? Are we going to have maybe 45 yards worth of penalties?
That's what I'm wondering.
They had two different unsportsmanlikes.
And those are each 15.
Those are separate. Those were not the same foul.
So let's see, 10.
Well, we'll see if my addition's correct. And don't bet on it.
I'll let you handle all the math duties today.
Now that's a drive right there.
Holy smokes.
That's 45 yards.
So now the ball will be spotted.
Well, half the distance, so actually more like
right.
Well, let's see, 15 plus 30.
So it's the 30 on the 30 on the personal calls, and then the catch interference calls. So that would be, again, I am certainly not a math professor here, but that is 45 yards of penalties in one play.
I don't think I've seen that.
I have not seen that.
45 in one shot. So there's another new.
So the Saints were actually set up at their own 35 now. Their own 35.
They're in the red
Let me
zone.
emphasize. Now they're in the red zone, and they didn't have to run a play.
We'll take it.
It's the best way to move the ball down the field. Neck takes. It's a give to Jordan outright. Cutting it back in to the 15. 10, 5, touchdown Saints! Okay.
To the end zone, but we do have a penalty marker down.
There is a flag on the play. Oh, boy.
Might be a block down field.
Yeah, looks like it.
And it's too bad because that ball, actually, he had really nobody around him after the 10-yard line. We'll see what the call is.
The flag was thrown at about the 5, 6, 7-yard line or so. And it looks like this one's coming back. So a legal block in the back on Joe Hewitt, the
10-yard penalty against the
left
Saints,
tackle
illegal
today.
block in the back. Penalty's
6'5",
10 yards from the spot of the
300-pound
foul.
freshman out of Toledo.
And it will be first down.
Yeah, shame is he was on the other side of the
Yeah.
field. That really probably didn't even affect that play. But
No.
I guess we'll try it again. But great job by Jordan really finding that seam.
Correction, it'll be 1st and 5.
Well,
for
and
the Saints.
because he scored, it's a 15-yard penalty, so it'll be 1st and 5 from the 15. Saints try to get a playoff. There's another whistle.
Whistles prior to the snap.
I don't know what the whistle is.
I don't know.
I mean, there's no flags. There's no.
Maybe the officials weren't in place yet. I don't know.
Huh. Okay, there's the whistle. Saints set it up. Neck takes. Give it to Jordan running right.
Try it again.
He's going to get inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. That's good for a Saints first down. It'll be 1st and goal inside the 10.
See the adjustment I said they might make it at halftime is running a little bit outside the tackles there, and a couple plays there with Jordan. They had some room, so looks like a good adjustment by our offensive coaching staff.
Benson checks into the game at running back. Neck with 3 receivers left. They're going to give it to Benson, hitting a wall, trying to come outside. Picking up a yard out to the 8. It was a long run. Here comes another flag. Boy.
Wonder if they got a helmet-to-helmet hit on that. It looked like the defender lowered his helmet right into
Benson's a little woozy coming off.
Yeah.
Jared Jordan will check back in the game.
There was a play right there that Davis probably would have scored on because he's got that burst that Benson doesn't.
So that's an unsportsmanlike penalty here
The play by Benson, and then an unsportsmanlike
on
penalty on number 5 for
Lindenwood. That goes against Daquan Stewart. He's been John with
1st and goal, Saints.
Deontay Rush for most of the game. So move half the distance to the goal. Ball will be spotted at the 4.
More importantly, a first down.
Neck takes. Fakes to Jordan, rolling, throwing, looking, scoring, touchdown Saints. Caught by Damon Wright in the corner of the end zone. And that's another big one. Now we got another flag.
Yeah,
this is going to be a celebration.
Yeah, this is the NFL, folks.
Yep.
You got to get your touchdown and celebrate and get off the field. There's not a choreographed rule in college football, but we'll take the score. That time, good play, though, by Siena. They overloaded that left side. Had 3 receivers there, and Necht picked the one that was in the deepest part of the end zone for an easy touchdown.
So now I imagine they're going to assess this on this.
Usually on the kickoff.
On the kickoff.
Result of the play is a touchdown.
So that's going to go on, of course, Damon Wright, who caught the touchdown there.
Penalty on the celebration.
It wasn't so much a taunting as it was a choreographed,
right.
But, yeah, definitely something that's an avoidable thing. And
it's just not needed.
No. In this game, you can get away with it, but.
Extra point attempt is up and good. So with 10:21 to go here in the third quarter, Saints take a 27-0 lead. We'll take a break in the booth. You're listening to Siena Heights Saints football on 103.9 WLEN and WLEN.com. All right, welcome back. 10:21 to go here in the third quarter. Saints up 28-0. Damon Wright on that touchdown catch from 4 yards out from Tyler Necht. The Saints are going to boot this one away from their 20-yard line. Fielded at the 22. Here come the Lynx. Out across the 30, 35, running left. Out across the 40. Brought down at about the 41-yard line. That's where Lynx will take over.
Yeah, our defense is in control of this one right now. I mean, they've done a great job today just shutting down pretty much everything Lindenwood-Belleville's tried. You know, they had a little success with some short passes and a little bit on the running, but I'm guessing well under 100 yards of total offense today, which, again, is a credit to our defensive staff. They do a great job each week getting this team ready to play. And we're banged up in the secondary. We don't have our starting safeties, first-string safeties. One's out for the year with a hand. Gabe Calories gone, and then Trenton Morrow got nicked up high ankle sprain against Marion last week. He's not out there. So, you know, we don't miss a beat on defense. And again, credit our coaching staff for building that depth and preparing these guys to step in.
Here come the Saints, and it's snuffed out well there by Isaiah Newsom. It was a screen. The Saints were coming, and Chester able to dump it off to his back, but Newsom sniffed it out and made the tackle for a loss of 1, bring up 2nd and 11.
That's where experience comes into play. You know, they can read these things. They knew exactly what was coming that time, and Newsom made a great play to throw him for a loss.
Chester takes, looking, throwing, going to get hit while he throws. This one falls incomplete. There's a flag.
Dennis Chester's pass intended for 7.
Yeah, Stallworth came in on the blitz and really leveled the quarterback, Chester.
Chester's hurt.
And also timeout for an injured player.
Looks like there's a flag in our secondary,
too.
Wonder if they're going to get us for a holding.
Oh, I didn't even see the one over here. There was a flag thrown here?
No, in our secondary.
In our secondary, okay.
Yeah.
I thought the Stallworth hit was clean.
No, I think it was. He hit him low. He hit him right in the chest.
Right.
I saw him hit the play, but Chester, I think, might have just got the wind knocked out of him because, it looks like he's going to be okay.
He's just getting up slow.
Tell you what, if I got hit like that, I wouldn't be getting up. At least not for a while.
Nick Stallworth, 5'10", 200 pounds. So they're going to pop Daquan Butler with a holding call.
10-yard penalty the call against the Saints.
That'll move it out to the
takes the ball
49-yard line.
49. And it is an automatic first down.
So Chester looks like he's going to go out. That brings out their backup, Christian Rawlinson. 6'3", 2 out of 5 out of Carterville, Illinois. He's a freshman.
Yeah, welcome to college football here against one of the top defenses in the country.
Yeah, baptism by fire here. I imagine the Saints are going to come after him. Rawlinson takes, gives.
20, Jaquay Owens, the ball
That's
carrier.
Jaquay Owens, who picks up 1 out to midfield. Brings up 2nd and 9. Whole host of Saints in on that tackle. E.J. Shaw, Devontae Collins-Anderson up the middle.
You know, you look at our defensive line, we don't look like we have too many big guys there. You know, they're all kind of either stout or kind of lanky, but they do a great job holding up against much heavier offensive linemen game to game. Last week against Marion, Marion's offensive line was as good as any you're going to find in small college football, and they did a great job holding their own.
Rawlinson with 2 receivers left, 2 right. Saints showing blitz. They come. Rawlinson throws. It's going to be caught.
Oh.
Hit hard there. Looked like that was Griffin Sobel. The strong side outside linebacker came up and made the hit on Owens.
Yeah, Sobel linebacker's having a monster year for us. You know, converted quarterback, leads the team with 3 interceptions, and just seems to be on every play for the defense.
So big 3rd down here. Rawlinson takes. He's going to have to throw it. Going downfield, and there's just nobody home.
Christian Rawlinson's pass.
Actually, it looks like
Check
Chester.
that is Chester. That was
Chester's
Chester who
His
checked
pass
back into the
falls
game.
incomplete.
Boy, he may be feeling a little more than we thought.
13,
Yeah, that time that ball was
Spencer Candelaria.
just overthrown by at least 5 yards.
Incomplete.
Well, the punter's getting a heck of a workout today for
No doubt.
Lindenwood-Belleville.
No doubt about that. Austin Kreider back deep, standing at his own 10-yard line. Just a high kick. Kreider trying to maybe even draw a little contact there as the ball spins inside the 10-yard line.
Andrew's kick is
Looks like
down
they'll
at
spot
the
it
7-yard
at
line.
the 7. That's where the Saints offense will
And
take
that's where the
over.
Saints will put it in play. First
Avery
and
Andrews,
10.
left-footed punter, has done a good job on rolls. He's kind of looks a little unorthodox out there when he kicks it, but he's gotten some really good rolls today, and that one, it was just a beauty. He got it inside the 10, and our Saint offense, a little bit worse starting position than they did last time.
Well, if they wanted to, tack on, 45 yards, that would be okay.
Yeah, I don't think we'll see that anytime soon. That was unusual.
Never seen that.
Never seen a 45-yard.
Next sends Tim Brown in motion. Neck takes. Gives. That's Jordan trying to find some space.
More flags on the field.
Yeah, flags on the field. That isn't Jordan. I believe that's Devon Washington on the
Six,
carry.
Devon Washington, the
It
block
is
carrier.
Devon Washington, the senior back.
Stop made by 52, Brock Baines.
So chop block here against the Saints.
Yeah, they got us that time. That's
Penalty against the Saints for
really
the
pins
shot
us
block.
down here deep. We're going to have to take care of the football here
Gets the ball back
on our own
inside
3-yard
the
line.
to the 4. They'll bring up first and 14.
So we'll replay the down. It'll be first down. They need 13 for a fresh set.
Devon Washington's a guy that saw some action last year in the backfield. He's more of a smaller, quicker back. Been doing some things on special teams, but today with the injury situation and lack of backs, he's getting some work.
Neck takes. They'll give it to him. With a big hole up the middle to the 14-yard line. Nice gain there by Washington. Big hole
Avery Andrews on the stop.
by Zach Irwin and Stanley Fink.
Bring up second down.
Yeah,
and
Washington 5'10", 180 out of Port Huron. A little bit quicker, hits that hole a little bit faster.
So second down and about 5. Neck with 2 receivers left, 1 right. They're moving right to left on your dial. Neck takes. It's a give up the middle to Washington. Powering forward. Still churning. Wow.
Good run there.
Heck of a run there from the senior who picks up a bunch of yards out to the 26-yard line.
67.
Yeah, I guess if he keeps those runs up, he's going to be out there. They're keeping him out there.
Yeah.
It's giving him definitely a little boost in that running game, which has kind of been a little sluggish today.
First down, Siena Heights.
Saints will get a new play from the sideline. Play clock at 12. Neck checks back in. In the pistol, takes, gives. That's Washington. Fighting for every yard he can.
He'll
pick up 3 out to the 30.
Yeah, it looks like our offensive coordinator
Gain of 3 brings up second and 7.
going to keep it on the ground here, trying to establish that offensive line, getting some work in here, pushing that Lindenwood-Belleville front.
Caleb Jefferson, the 6'1", 215 freshman back out of Columbus, Ohio, checks in. Neck takes. They'll fake it to him. Rolling, throwing, looking, caught. What a pass. Good catch there from
Complete to number 1, Damon Wright.
Damon Wright. And it was a dangerous one. The safety was coming down. He got it in just in time. Big first down for the Saints.
Yeah, Necht was rolling against the grain there and had a defender on his hip and still was able to deliver that ball in stride to right for a key first down.
A little Brett Favre-esque.
Yeah.
That goes to the shotgun. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Neck takes. They're going to give it. Up the middle, across midfield,
Whoa.
still fighting all the way to the 45-yard line. Caleb Jefferson.
16.
Yeah, we're starting to see the depth at running back for this Saints offense.
Yeah, Jefferson's a guy that I know the coaches are high on, and I really like watching him run. Big power back, freshman out of Columbus, Ohio, who I think has a really bright future here.
3 receivers right for Necht, who takes, gives it to Jefferson, bouncing it inside to the 40, still turning all the way to the 35. They'll spot him a yard short. They'll spot him at the 36. He needed the 35 for a first. It'd be 2nd down and 1.
Yeah, Jefferson, I really liked his run there. He cut it inside and just powered his way. Just a really strong run there. 2 good runs in a row for Jefferson.
I have a feeling they're going to go back to the run here, but the Lynx will get a timeout. Try to make an adjustment. They were just getting gashed on this drive on the ground. 4:11 to go in the third. Saints up 28-0. We'll take a break. You're listening to Siena Heights Saints football on 103.9 WLEN and WLEN. All right, welcome back. Saints up 34-0. 2:15 to go here in the third.
Yeah, we're in pretty good shape here. Obviously, the victory, I think, is in hand. Now it's just a matter of finishing this game strong. You know, at this point, we talked about at halftime and a little bit here in the third quarter about the playoff picture, and we really want to impress the ranking committee in the NAI, and I think getting a commanding win today against the Lindenwood-Belleville squad would help a little bit. We're going to need, again, every little help we can get to get in that top 16 so we can potentially get a playoff berth, because that's what it's all about. That's the next step for this program is the postseason.
Those chances still exist for this team. This one's booted away. Fielded at the 11. Come the Lynx. Out across the 25. Cutting it upfield, making another miss. Out across the 30. Boy, oh boy.
Number 1, Denzel Leach on the return.
That didn't look very clean as no flags are out on that one.
Yeah, with this game in hand, it's going to get a little chippy,
Yep,
I'm guessing.
There's no doubt about that. We've already seen it kind of festering throughout this one.
And you have to feel a little bit for Lindenwood-Belleville.
Sure.
0-9 have to go on the road. And they play us this week, and next week they have to go at Marion, number 2 in the country, to finish the season. So it'll be a real tough season for them. You know, next year the conference changes a little bit. Indiana Wesleyan comes into the league, and Lawrence Tech comes in the league. So the conference will shift a little bit, and eventually they'll be in that West or Midwest portion of the conference, which is right now a little bit weaker than this Mideast.
So Chester back out there.
Whoa.
He just has to heave this one. Didn't get it past the line of scrimmage. I don't know that he was outside the tackle box necessarily either.
Yeah, plus he didn't throw it to the line of scrimmage, which usually is grounding.
I mean,
He threw it to, I think, Ron Shields over there, the defensive coordinator. And
head coach Matt Cohn's there, and they're going to talk about it. But I imagine there's going to be a flag. There it is. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I mean, he's – and I think Chester's a little banged up too.
Didn't get out of the pocket. The pass did not get to the line of scrimmage. As such, it's intentional grounding. Offense number 8.
That's pretty easy call there to make, and just need a little time for the officials to converse about it. But
That is a spot foul.
And that's a spot foul, and really that was back inside the 15. He threw the ball, tried to get out of bounds. He got it to about the 21. The line of scrimmage was the 32. And it's because it's a spot foul, the ball will be spotted at the 12-yard line, and you lose the down.
Yeah, it's a double whammy. You know, Chester, he's just a senior quarterback, 6'2", 180 out of Azalea, California. He's had a tough day. We've been in his face pretty much all game, and that time he just got rid of it. And
give up the middle. Cohen Cantor ain't having none of that.
Jalen Bogans Love, the ball carrier.
Jalen Bogans Love, the ball carrier, but that was tackled almost immediately. Back at the line of scrimmage, no gain.
Yeah, I just love the front seven of this defense. You know, there's interchangeable pieces along that front line. They're not overly huge. You know, you got Cantor probably about 240. You know, Whited about 245. You know, they're not massive guys, but they are good athletes and really play the football well. Really tough up front.
So third down here in forever. They're going to give it to Bogans again. Head of steam up front, but
Jalen Bogans Love, the ball
he's going to be stopped well short at the 21-yard line, and the Lynx are going to have to punt it away. So now we're well into the style points portion of today's program.
We are. You know, we've got a full quarter to play here. You know, we're looking pretty good, but it's also in the area where we can get some people some playing time too, and rest some of our seniors, because we're going to need every bit of energy to play against Concordia next week in what's going to turn out to be a titanic showdown.
Good snap here. Punt on its way. It's going to get out of bounds short of midfield. Spotted at the 47-yard line, and that's where the Saints offense will take over. Looks like it's going to be led by backup quarterback Troy Kucha, the freshman, 6'1", 190 out of Jackson Lumen Christi.
Yeah, your Michigan high school
football
football
talk
fan,
about him.
You know Lumen Christi. They're one of the top small high school powers in the state of Michigan annually, and Kucha was one of the leaders of that team last year. So interested to see him get his first snaps.
Devon Washington is in at running back for the Saints. Kucha sends Tim Brown in motion. Takes.
I think it's going to be a delay.
Flag on the play. It looks like it will be a delay. That could be those first snap jitters for a freshman.
Well, he was trying to get Brown to go in motion earlier. He was waving him in, and it cost him about 3 or 4 seconds. And Mr. Brown's leaving the sideline because I think the coaches weren't too happy that he didn't know the play. Coach Cohn's giving him a little bit of a tongue lashing.
I think you're exactly right.
You know, got to pay attention out there.
Every second counts. Kucha takes. He's going to throw it. Stepping into it. Incomplete, nearly intercepted.
Was it intercepted?
They're going to say the sideline says it was picked off, but
whoa!
And now we got a flag. This is coming from the sideline.
Incomplete.
Yeah, frustration's really boiling over right now.
I think that's exactly right.
A lot of words being shared down the sideline, and we can't repeat any of them.
So Jose Rodriguez, the sophomore defensive back at El Paso, Texas, was the one who had a beat on it. And when they called it incomplete, he got up and spiked the football, and that was threw the flag.
Yeah, just frustration.
So Kucha takes, gives to Washington, breaking it out right, cutting it back in to inside the 30. Tackled shy of the 25. Looks like they'll spot him right at the 30. So nice gain there.
Yeah, you're starting to see a lot of new numbers out there for the Saints. Carabino on the outside.
And that'll be the end of the third quarter.
Second down and 3.
End of the third quarter, Saints up 34-0. We'll take a break. You're listening to Siena Heights Saints football on 103.9 WLEN and WLEN.com. All right, welcome back. Start of the fourth quarter. Saints are up 34-0, and we talked about the styling, the style points here. How important is that number on the opposite side of the board, the 0?
I think pretty important. I mean, obviously, if they score, it'll be probably a one-score type deal. But our defense, I think that I have to believe that Lindenwood's well under 100 yards of total offense. That's going to be even a bigger number. And again, they're an 0-9 team, and that's what a nationally top 25 team should be doing. But at this point, we need to build the resume a little bit because we're a first-time program trying to get in the playoffs.
Kucha gives with a big hole up the middle, 15, 10, 5. Did he get it in? I don't think he did.
He jumped
down at the 1. Oh, my goodness.
I think he left his feet about a yard too early.
Caleb Jefferson with a big run.
Yeah, he got pushed, but I think he left his feet trying to dive into the end zone, just didn't have the lift. At 215 pounds, you got to, You
got to make sure you're doing your squats.
Yeah. Great run, though.
All right, he's still in the game. Kucha's the quarterback. He sends Carabino in motion.
Yeah,
takes,
give it to him.
Gives, trying to push. He gets in. Touchdown, Saints. Caleb Jefferson, the freshman.
And a Saints touchdown.
That time I think he ran over his own offensive lineman. He wanted to get in that end zone, and nothing was going to stop him. But you're seeing a glimpse at the future there with Mr. Jefferson. Really impressive. He's got a little bit of a burst. And, again, Saints get this running game going in the second half. Even though it's not our top 2 or 3 guys, you really see the depth here.
Jefferson, Benson, Jordan. I mean, that's your next batch of running backs, and they're good ones.
Yeah, well, future looks bright for the running game at Siena Heights. And it's good to see our offensive line getting that push, too, and getting back in sync, Last week took a lot out of this team, but it looks like they're ready to go, and they'll be ready to go next Saturday against Concordia.
There's a down Lynx in the end zone being tended to. And I'll tell you, Brady Tangwood's going to try to add this extra point. If he makes this, we're going to have to launch a full-scale investigation into this side of the end zone, this side of the field.
The south end zone, he's fine. The north end zone, it's like the twilight zone out there. He's shanked everyone to the right today. I don't know what the deal is, but
maybe he just likes looking at the new facility over here.
I don't know. Do we need to? I don't know.
Maybe you need a new building over here.
Well, yeah, maybe the trees are bugging him, but
that could be.
It's definitely odd, and especially for kicker Brady's talents. He's been so consistent for us. The senior's been here. Basically a 4-year starter. Just having an off day on the other side of the field.
Low snap, kicks up, look good from here, and it is. So 14:24 to go. Saints up 41-0. We'll take a break. You're listening to Siena Heights Saints football on 103.9 WLEN and WLEN.com. All right, welcome back. Saints up 41-0. 14:24 to go in the fourth quarter.
A lot of football to play, and again, a lot of our Saints are going to get some game action today that normally don't get in the game, which is a good thing. Instead, building that program, building that depth, that's how you do it. You get some game action and see what they can do.
As I think as this kick goes out of bounds, as I think of, obviously your kicker is an important position. Your place kicker, your field goal kickers those are important positions on a football team. I just think what happened, a few short weeks ago with the Lions and the Green Bay Packers with Mason Crosby in the NFL, normally a sure-footed kicker who just had an absolute nightmarish day, missing three or four field goals, couple extra points. Nothing went right, but you come back the next week, you make a couple big ones, you win a ball game for your team, and a credit to Brady. I bring that up because Brady is a guy who, if he has those struggles, can work right through them. Next can come back and kick a big one. Yeah,
so much of this game, almost every game is a mental part of it, and it doesn't take a whole lot to kind of get off a little bit mentally, and then if you're off mentally, maybe your mechanics are failed a little bit. So, Brady's a veteran kicker. He'll get it figured out. He's probably maybe the smartest player on our team, the math major, brilliant student.
We can use him for our math expertise.
Well, yeah, anybody you can use better than me. But anyway, he'll be fine, and just an odd thing today. Whoa.
Oh, my goodness. It was blocked at the line by Malik Edwards, and if it wasn't Malik Edwards, it was going to be Griffin Sobel behind him. I thought he almost picked it.
Second down and 10.
Yeah,
jumped up at the line and batted it down.
This defensive line just does a great job of reading plays, though. They don't even have to rush the quarterback. They can read what's going to happen before it happens, and that's what experience can do. And our defense has just been on point today, even scored a touchdown, and really has been the most impressive part of the performance today has been our defense.
Chester Gibbs being tackled there by Nick Stallworth and a whole host of other Saints. Looks like E.J. Shaw was in on that one as well. Owens, the running back, with the ball, and there's nowhere to go.
Yeah, that offensive line is just getting overwhelmed right now by our St. defense. You know, it's tough. You know, mentally, you talk about the mental game. You know, when you're 0-9 and down 41-0 to a nationally ranked team on the road, you know, you pretty much, it's hard to keep your mental game going. And right now, you're just seeing a team that's just kind of really struggling it right now.
3 receivers left for Chester. 1 right, send 1 man in motion. Takes, he's going to throw it, steps back, getting pressured, going down, sacked. Malik Edwards and Jared Whitehead being pressured on the opposite end by Cohen Canner.
Yeah, that time really nowhere to go with the football, and with our pass rush, Malik Edwards, who's one of the top rushers in the entire conference, was right there along with Jared Whitehead, who's had himself quite a day.
Called his name a lot today. It's going to be a short kick. It's going to take a Lynx bounce. They'll spot it right at about the 40-yard line. They'll spot it at the 37, but that was a worm burner.
Yeah, line drive punts, you know, about 10, 15 feet off the ground, and just he's been getting some great rolls, though, but that time it just rolled out of bounds before it could go too far.
You know, going back to Brady, it's almost like you can picture a kicker almost like your golf swing, right? If you're a golfer, just that sometimes just if you leave that face of the club open just a little bit, I mean, it can throw your whole swing off. Or if you got a hitch in your swing, the whole thing. One little, even the placement of the ball, or just the way that your foot comes through the ball, any little piece of that mechanic, it could throw it off. Cooch in the game, gives. Nope, he's going to fake it. Roll, throwing. Oh, looks like that one's going to get tipped. Chris Moore, the linebacker, was right in Cooch's face. You know, Cooch almost looked like he tried to pump it away. When he released it, it was tipped.
Yeah, Cooch at 6'1", 190. You know, looks like he's got some weight to put on. You know, he's a true freshman. Excellent high school quarterback, but just, you know, needs to gain some strength and experience to compete here at the college level.
12:44 to go. Saints up 41-0. The give is to Jefferson, who churns past the 40 to the 43.
You know,
pickup of about 7.
With Jefferson today and Cole Merlin a couple weeks ago, this is maybe the best freshman class we've brought in since we started the program. The first year we had an incredible freshman class. We've got a lot of freshmen, you know, pushing for playing time right now, and our coaches did a great job in the offseason bringing in some talent from some new places and from some outstanding high school programs.
Cooch takes. He's going to throw. Oh, my goodness. It just didn't look clean from the get-go. His pass intended to Austin Kreider.
Falls incomplete.
That'll bring up 4th down. Saints will punt it away.
Dangerous little out pattern there to Kreider, and defender was pushing through Tim Brown's block and almost got his hand on that. So we'll see if we can get a good punt off here. Another freshman, again, freshman punter Caleb Meester has done a great job for the Saints this year. Really stabilized that part of the game.
Great kick here. This one's going to carry inside the 20. Look like inside the 10. They'll spot it at the 8-yard line. Heck of a kick there by Meester.
Yeah, he's done a great job getting the ball inside the 20 this year, too, for the Saints. And, again, great to have that kind of kicking game, especially a true freshman. You know, the punting looks like it's in very good shape over the next 4 years. So we got to get our program, I think, here. I'm seeing a lot of new numbers out there for Siena Heights on defense. Hayden Sluter, a redshirt freshman linebacker, seeing him out for the first time.
Chester takes and gives up the middle. Some new numbers, but a lot of the same result. Pickup of about 1 to the 10.
It's like Nico Moroso on that tackle as well.
DJ Shaw out there as well. Wyatt Gardaki there too. Brings up second down about 8.
Pick up a 2 brings up second and 8.
See Dane Hullebarger from Sylvania, Ohio, freshman safety out there.
Chester takes, looking, throwing. It's going to be caught. And good tackle there at about the 15-yard line.
That's Marquise Goodman out there.
Marquise Goodman, yeah. Heck of a tackle.
Yeah, our secondary looks like it's in pretty good shape, too, moving forward. You know, we got a lot of young bodies back there. Both cornerbacks, Claiborne and Jeremiah Davis, come back. You got Goodman back there. Going to replace some people up front next season, but back 7 should be pretty decent.
Chester takes, gives up the middle. Boy, closed quickly. It's enough for a first down.
Jalen Bogan's Love on the carry.
But it looks like that's Santongo Reynolds.
Yeah, Reynolds, another one, getting some playing time. Redshirt freshman, 6'2", 260 pounds from Detroit Central. They like him as well.
And he's kind of been in and out of the 2 deep all year. He's a guy who obviously they thought very highly of. And who's earned some playing time throughout the season, contributing on special teams too. Chester takes, throwing. It's going to be caught. Coming the other way. Good tackle there.
Chester's pass complete to number 7, Ricardo Henry.
By Jeremiah Davis, cutting the legs out
45, Hayden Sluter.
of the receiver, Ricardo Henry. Could have gone for a lot more. Pickup of about 9. Bring up second and 1.
Yeah, they're just doing those quick out passes and trying to get some yardage one-on-one with the secondary. I think that last first down, Chris, might have been the first one of the second half for Lindenwood. I can't remember another one. So the Saints defense, again, really stifling the Lynx.
Chester takes, looking, throwing, wants to go downfield. He's got a man. Good D there by Jeremiah Davis.
Chester's pass is
it wasn't a bad pass to Stephen Candelaria, but
a little underthrown, and Davis was able to make that adjustment and just getting away enough to make it incomplete. But yeah, Candelaria, the receiver, had a pretty good beat on it and just couldn't pull it in.
So third down, about 1. Chester takes, giving outside. It's going to be enough for a first down inside the 30 to the spot him at the 34-yard line.
38, Dane Hullebarger.
Dane Hullebarger on the tackle for the Saints.
Yeah, Hullebarger, one of those heralded freshmen, Sylvania Northview, I should say. Two-way player last year, one of the top players in the entire Toledo area, all-stater, getting some playing time and definitely will be pushing for a starting spot next year.
Chester takes. Just a little dump-off pass to his back.
Chester's pass is complete to Bogan's
just shy of the 40 at the 39.
Jeremiah Davis along with Danielle Lowe on the stop.
Well, I think this is exactly what the Saints needed today. Come out, put a lot of points on the board, and just try to
get some other people in the game.
Get some other people in the game. And
see number 33, Curtis Martin, freshman cornerback out of Detroit Loyola.
Chester takes, looking,
Uh-oh.
Trying to go over the top. Got a man. What a catch. Down the sidelines, finally taken out of bounds there by Dane Hullebarger. But a big pass and a heck of a catch by Stephen Candelaria.
Yeah, that time we had broken coverage down the sideline, and he got loose and juggled that ball. Had to almost one-hand it and brought it in, and Hullebarger saved a touchdown.
And look who's back out there.
Yeah, they don't want to give up this shutout, and right now it's in jeopardy. They're in the red zone.
You got a lot of the same guys: Griffin Sobel, Malik Edwards.
Yeah, I see Stallworth out there, so they got the A-team back.
Chester takes. Here come the Saints on a blitz. Oh, and a little dump pass. Heck of a play there. Stood up at the 10-yard line
Chester's pass is complete to
by
number 20,
Jeremiah
Detroit
Davis.
Owens.
Wow, Griffin Sobel shot out of a cannon and lit Chester up.
Stallworth and Davis team
That
up
time,
on
though,
the
you give
tackle.
Chester
Gain is good
great
for
deal of
3.
credit. He got hammered and actually flipped the ball with his offhand to the back for at least a 4-yard gain. Nice job thinking on his feet because he paid the serious price of Griffin Sobel coming after him.
So bring up second down. About 6 to go. Chester takes. Throwing. Wanting the end zone. Incomplete.
Dennis Chester's pass intended for Ricardo Henry falls incomplete.
Yeah, that time Sobel on coverage over the receiver. You know, that's what makes him so versatile is, you know, he's an outside linebacker and a big one at that, at about 6'3", 6'4", 220 pounds, and he's running stride for stride with the receiver there, Ricardo Henry, and good coverage. And Lindenwood here, third down. You know, they've been shut out 4 times this year, Chris, and I'm betting, you know, they'd like to get some points on the board. And again, Siena trying to pad their playoff resume here, does not want to give up any points.
Chester with 3 receivers right. Takes. Getting pressured. Spins out. Looking. Throwing. Into the end zone. That's going to be caught. Touchdown. Lynx.
Chester's pass is complete.
Wow.
Great play, actually, by the quarterback and the receiver. Quarterback, again, avoided the sack, was able to roll out and throw it up, and Candelaria made basically a highlight catch there, got up high and pulled it in the back end of the end zone.
Number 60, Marvin Biegert, in to attempt the extra point.
So Marvin Biegert is an interesting story here.
Hey, he got it.
This one goes through.
Look at him. Look at him.
Biegert, interesting here.
You'll have a happy
He's
ride
the
home.
starting center for the Lynx on the offensive line. 6'3", 315 out of Munich, Germany.
Well, now you know. He's got that soccer background.
Exactly.
And it wasn't pretty. He basically got it about 15 feet off the ground, but he's able to coax it right in through the uprights.
Also, that happened on the north.
Yeah, he broke the curse.
Here, so I that investigation probably needs to take place here.
Yeah, 6'3", 300-pound place kicker. We've seen every little bit of everything, haven't we, today?
Yes, we have. We've seen the relay touchdown on defense. I'd like to know if they're going to make that an official, like, Olympic sport. It's like the baton race, right?
Yeah, I don't know. It happens so rarely. I doubt that they'll add that as an Olympic event. But we had that, the 45-yard penalty. We've had, like I said, a little bit of every kind of unusual plays here. The crazy Bermuda Triangle of field goals on the north end. But the important part is we're up 41-7 in this and in control of this game and setting up a really big game next week against Concordia. And can't overstate how important this game would be for Siena, you know, for not only for the playoffs, but just to beat a top 15 program at Concordia that's had our number here the last 3 or 4 years.
Kicks away.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's going to go past the Saints, picking it up, making a man miss.
Here he goes.
Out across the 20. Oh, boy, oh, boy. That was Marquise. Check that, Devon Washington on the return.
Yeah, the ball
made a little something out of nothing.
Ball was on the ground, bouncing. It rolled literally right through his legs. He had to go pick it up, and almost looked like he was going to break it there. That's sometimes what happens on those broken kickoffs is you get the defenders out of position. But he got at least decent position and allows our offense some decent starting space.
Gooch is still the quarterback here for the Saints. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Takes. Gives. That's Washington. following his men out to the 29-yard line. Pick up a 5. Bring up 2nd and 5.
Another good run up the middle for Washington, who's getting his most extensive playing time of the season.
Cooch is getting his call from the sideline. Takes from the pistol, gives. That's Washington, cutting it out right. Cutting it back in, across the 40, 45, 50, into Lynx territory.
6 Devon, Washington, the ball carrier.
Pushed out at the 47. Another big run there from the senior.
A nice little run there, a little burst to him, and good downfield block by Justin Carabino on the outside to help get him a few extra yards.
Here's the give once again to Washington, who's tackled in the backfield. Good play there.
Devon Washington, the ball carrier. 53, Trenton Turner.
Yeah, that time they got the penetration they were getting in the first half. Broke through the line and pulled Washington down for about, it looks like about a 4-yard loss.
Cuccio with 2 receivers left, 1 right. 4:40 to go in the 4th. Saints up 41-7. Takes. Fakes. Gonna roll left. Throw on the brakes and then take off. Out across midfield, breaking 1 man. Oh boy, that was a big hit from the back. Oh my goodness, good to see he's up okay.
Yeah, nice job getting a few yards there with his feet. He got kind of bent in half there at the end of his run, but seems to be okay.
The tacklers for the Lynx. 3rd and 8.
So now 3rd and 8 for the Saints. Ball spotted at the Lynx 45. Kucha takes. Gives. That's Jefferson pushing the pile. Getting to about the 41 before he's brought down.
Well, it looks like they're going to stay out there, go for it on 4th down.
Number 53, Trenton Turner on the stop. 4th and 4 for the Saints.
Saints needs 4 yards for a 1st down.
I think we go to Mr. Jefferson again, see if we can get some space on the outside.
He'll do just that. Give it to him running left, cutting it back right.
Oh,
pushing forward. I think he's a yard short.
I thought he might have had it there.
Spotted at the 38-yard line. Looked like they needed the 37.
Yeah, good second effort, but just about a yard short of that 1st down. So Lindenwood-Belleville's defense gets its first stop, I think, of the 2nd half here. Well, 3:19 to go. Again, you know, just trying to get some experience for some of these younger players for the Saints, and Lindenwood's just trying to get out of here with a little bit of a boost. You know, they got a long bus ride home. Lindenwood is around that St. Louis area, so just trying to get whatever positives they can from this game.
No doubt. As Chester looks, finally finds a man crossing. What a tackle there by Nick Stallworth.
DJ Shaw with the tackle.
The running back, Jalen Bogan's Love, was cutting across on just a little short crossing pattern.
Yeah, I haven't
Good
seen,
open field tackle.
Haven't seen the stats after 3 quarters, but I think Lindenwood was well under 100 yards total offense under 3 quarters, and it looks like they'll have more than 100 after the end of this game. They got some yardage here against some of our 2nd and 3rd stringers, but great job by our defense today, really just shutting down anything Lindenwood wanted to do.
Now we got a flag on the play. Looks like they're going to get a delay of game here. They said a snap infraction. Legal procedure here.
Bring up 2nd down and 7.
So 2nd and 7.
almost an entire, with the exception of Goodman out there, almost an entirely true freshman secondary.
Chester takes. Giving it to his back. Bogan's Love. He gets nothing back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe lost a yard back to the 40. Brings up 3rd and 8.
Yeah, Nico Moroso, nice tackle that time, shed his blocker and was right there to eat up that ball carrier.
So clock ticking, 1:45 to go. Saints up 41-7. They're going to improve to 7-2 on the year. And notching that 7th win is a program record.
Yeah.
As Chester takes, he's going to dump it off. Good tackle there in space from Hayden Schluter, the redshirt freshman linebacker out of Milford, Ohio, 6 foot 220.
4th down and 2.
Making a first down saving tackle there.
Yeah, I would bet Coach Cohen's going to be really happy to get that 7th win. He talked about that earlier this week, and you know, it's a new level for the Saints. You know, since our program began, our best record has been 6-4. We've had a couple 5-5 seasons, but getting that 7th win is definitely a big milestone for the program, and hopefully win number 8 will come next week.
Chester takes. Flag on the play. He's going to toss. This one's going to get intercepted. Coming the other way across midfield with a couple blockers. Out across the 30, 25. Oh, boy. Stopped short of the 15.
Curtis Martin with that interception, but there's a flag on the field. We'll see if it comes back. We might have jumped offside on that play, but we'll see what the officials have to say.
It was a almost slow snap.
Yeah, we jumped offside.
They jumped offside, so
unfortunately
for 4th down, that'll give the Lynx a first down.
Unfortunately for Curtis Martin, his first career interception is going to get wiped away, but great job there to step in on that ball that was kind of bounced right off the pads of the receiver that time and was there to pick it off and give it a good run before he was pulled down from behind.
It gives the Lynx a first down.
26 seconds to go.
Yeah, this should be the last play here.
Is it okay to say that I think the Saints are going to win?
Sure.
Is it safe?
Yeah, I think
Okay,
we're in pretty good territory.
All right, I didn't feel comfortable till about
the way
right
this
now.
game has been, you never know. Is there a 35-yard play somewhere?
That's the truth. Almost picked off again off the deflection there from Jaquay Owens. So the clock will stop at 7 seconds. Now I'd imagine this will be your last play.
Yeah, ball again off the receiver's hands, and E.J. Shaw, the senior linebacker, really wanted that interception. Just couldn't get it before it hit the turf. So the defense now, they're looking for that big play, cap off this game. With 7 seconds left, they'll get one more shot. Number 21, Daniel Lowe running in, freshman linebacker, another one out of Lima of Ohio.
Chester takes, looking.
There goes Nico. Whoa.
This one's going to be thrown away. Once again, not back to the line of scrimmage.
Chester's pass is incomplete.
They're going to say he was out of the tackle box, I guess. 1 tick on the clock. Now this will be the last play.